Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ. Another HD video for you today. Pardon the noise in the background. Someone's mowing their lawn. So, good for them. So, I tried doing a video about my history with Nerf blasters, and I was that video ended up being too long and shit, so I'm just gonna do this video instead. Nerf blasters are pretty cool, but I quit buying Nerf blasters, obviously. You know, my parents used to buy me blasters, my grandma would buy me Nerf blasters, my aunt used to buy me Nerf blasters, and I still have a small amount of blasters. Like, there's a couple in the background over there, you can't see them, but whatever. I've modified Nerf blasters quite a bit. Most of my mods were kind of, you know, basic, and most of my mods were just not that interesting. I don't find it truly viable, to mod Nerf blasters anymore, especially, you know, Hasbro's blasters, when we have things like Dart Zone and Worker. Worker has this big long blaster that looks pretty fucking awesome. Well, they have a number of those, I think. And obviously Dart Zone has some fantastic blasters out there. I only have one blaster, and that is the Nexus Pro. Oh my god. And you can obviously take off the cap at the buffer tube thing, remove the spring and put either a weaker or more powerful spring in there. The blaster might have its limitations though, but still, with blasters like that, as well as, well, there's some blasters that Coop reviewed that I don't remember the names of, but there are some great blasters out there that are ones that you don't have to modify. You just have to tear it down, replace the spring, change stuff around, and there you go. That's all you have to do. You don't need to you don't have to waste money on Hasbro's shit and you know, pour the, you know, the time, blood, sweat, and tears, and money, and everything into making a blaster like that. There's no point. Unless there's commissions, well, I can understand that, but besides that, no. Stop buying Hasbro's blasters. They're only getting worse. They're just pulling the same bullshit as they always have. The same tools and tricks are being used, you know, with some slight differences here and there in terms of where mechanisms are and whatnot. It's like, you know, how long can they do the same thing over and over and over again before it starts to become monotonous and tedious? And it truly is monotonous and tedious. It's seriously, Hasbro has become a joke at this point, let's be honest. And Nerf itself is kind of a joke. I'd recommend going for Dart Zone. Dart Zone has great blasters. One of them I have, and that's the Nexus Pro, and it hits like a truck. Seriously. It hits like a fucking truck. Those short length darts, shot myself in the head with one of those. It hurt. It really did. It sucked. But that's the joy of it. These are blasters that can bring some joy and bring some firepower and much needed distance that you need from a dart, because that's what everybody's using nowadays. In terms of the nerfing communities, everybody's using short darts, unless you have folks who still have unmodified blasters that go to Nerf Wars and do these unmodified blaster events, which I can understand, but that's pussy shit. I mean, come on. So honestly, I feel it's no longer viable to modify Nerf's Hasbro's blasters because there's just no point. Look at the blasters they've come out with lately. It's just all the same as before. Yes, you'll have different shells, shell designs, different names, different looks, but the internals are most likely probably gonna be the same, or at least vaguely similar. There's just not much to it anymore. Really. There isn't. Some of it is more simple than others. Some of it is more prone to breaking quicker than usual. There was a Elite 2.0 blaster from a couple years or so ago. Actually, it was more like 2020. And it was basically an evolution of the rough cut. And it was a pump action. Wait, this is not good. Yeah, it's too easy to break that blaster, and oh my Christ almighty. Hasbro, you done fucked up. There are so many blasters I've had over the years, and a lot of money was wasted. And I should have put that money towards Lego stuff instead, because that's what I'm passionate about right now is Lego stuff and Bionicle. Obviously. I have a Nerf pistol right here with me. This is a modified Scout. Just cut off this whole section, and yeah, took out the air restrictor, obviously. Oof. I have a Buzzbee dart in here for no reason. And this was a blaster I found at Goodwill, because I was able to get a healthy chunk of my collection from, you know, thrift stores. And this was found at a thrift store, and the logo on this looks pretty old, actually. It's probably an early version of the Scout, an early, you know, release. So I like this Nerf logo, actually. It kind of reminds me of some metal bands' logos for some reason. So, ow. That made my ear ring a little bit. So, while this may not get as much distance as you think it would being modified, I mean, it's just a pistol. Plus, it's a reverse plunger, I think. Yeah, it's reverse plunger. Those are worse than the inverse plungers. So while we have these blasters nowadays that fire up to 150 feet and even up to 300 feet or even more, while we have blasters like that nowadays, there's just no point in modifying Hasbro's blasters. Especially old blasters like this. And also blasters from nowadays that nobody truly gives a shit about. I mean, let's be honest. Folks like Drac and Wacom and Bobololo buy the blasters because it's part of their hobby. And I understand that. And maybe it's their career too, I guess. And that's understandable. But at the same time, turn your focus towards blasters like I keep saying, from the Dart Zone blasters. There are some incredible stuff there. And nothing has really dropped in quality ever since the launch of Dart Zone. They have great pistols, great shotgun-like things, semi-auto blasters. There was like a Strife-esque blaster that was pretty fucking awesome. Better than the Strife, actually. And of course, the Nexus and the Nexus Pro, which I have back there somewhere. These hobby-grade blasters, especially the ones with the key ring sort of thing you pull apart and change out the springs and whatever, that is so fucking cool. I mean, seriously, that is something that should be demanded. It's something that should be treasured by Nerfers of all types, you know? It's what everybody should be using, is hobby-grade, out-of-the-box blasters. All you have to do is buy the blaster and buy the darts, a considerable amount of them, And there you go. You can change out the spring, obviously, for either a weaker or a stronger spring, depending on your game type. And with more of these blasters coming out, obviously, from companies like TheZOMBIEJ, Worker, and many others, it is best at this point to just forget about Nerf. Forget about Hasbro. They're not going to make anything better than these blasters. Their blasters are not getting much better. We have, well, my sister has the the Dungeons and Dragons blasters that Hasbro made, and they're just gimmicky. That's the thing. A lot of these blasters nowadays from Hasbro are just gimmicks. There's a lot of gimmickry, and there's a lot of monotony, and it's stupid. Be more creative, Hasbro. Be more interesting than just what you have right now. Be more interesting. I guarantee there's nothing left in the tank for Hasbro and Nerf. It almost feels like a strategic that they don't have much left in the tank. That they're just basically rehashing old methods and old designs and old, well, stuff from the past, I don't know, decade and a half to going on 2 decades, it seems. Everything, it just feels wrong with Hasbro and with the whole Nerf brand. So, if you want a better experience, better Nerfing experience, get blasters from TheZOMBIEJ, from Worker, and from, I wouldn't say Buzzbee because they're kind of hit or miss, and for the most part miss. But I heard the Sentinel was a great blaster, so there you go. So yeah, and now my camera's about to die. So it's best to forget about Nerf, because Nerf, Hasbro is not making anything that is worth my time, obviously. And honestly, Nerf is not worth my time in general. I mean, firing one of these every now and then is fun every now and then, like I said. But, yeah. So there you go. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If I upset someone, I'm sorry. But hey, it's just my opinion. Nerf ain't getting better. And they don't care. For them, it's all about money. Stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day, and peace.